Hello friends, let's start this beautiful, nice and simple pattern inspired by love. I'm going to prep my usual frame. You don't have to do the same passage, you can skip. If you have a big page, I suggest you to do it so you can reduce and concentrate more in a smaller space. Now, for these steps, if you don't feel safe, do it with a pencil first and then you will go over with the Sharpie. But if you feel safe enough, we are going to do different like sizes of hearts in the design. So you go slow and steady. And as I say, if you feel that you're not very good in tracing symmetric heart, you can do it with a pencil, fix what you need to fix, and then go over with the black Sharpie. You can make even more, as many as you like. And probably one over here. Then we are going to just double one side of the heart to play a little bit with depth and three-dimensionality. And now we switch to color. We are going to use a lighter color and a darker for the shadow. You can use any color palette and you can repeat the same color more than once. I'm going to use very warm and hot colors, of course, to do my heart. I'm going to go with a darker orange. Now I'm going to switch to a nice red. And a darker red. See? Now let's go with the nice vivid pink. Let me test. Probably will do this one outside. This is a pink panther kind of pink. Two is enough. And now a darker. Now I'm going to use the vivid. This is a heather violet. Nice and delicate. Here and here. And a darker shade for the sides. Now we are going to use nice violet orchid. Here. And something darker for the shadow. Now I'm going to take a look at this, and I think that I will probably use one more pink. Let's see. I'm gonna go over one more time. So although it's the same color that I already used, it will show a little more intense and a little different. And a nice darker shade. Perfect. Now, I don't want to leave the background white, and I'm gonna use a sort of a complementary. You know that the complementary of red is green, the complementary sort of pinkish type of color that have a lot of red inside is on the green, but it's not like the bright green. It's a beautiful tone of green. There is a little bit of gray inside, therefore this color is really nice and not too warm, kind of neutral, but at the same time creates a nice visual contrast with the heart without taking the attention from the design. You can use any type of color that you would like. Remember that colors and our relationship with them is very personal, so I always suggest you to experiment, work with what you have available. You can follow my lead, or you can just take a completely different path, and this is also, amazing. And you can do this pattern because it's so simple as many times as you want, maybe on small surfaces, so you can play with different color palette, and then you can compare and contrast and see what was the match that you like the most and what was the most successful and beautiful pattern. This is a beautiful idea, very simple, that you can use to create your handmade cards for Valentine's or for other occasion. And if you have alcohol marker, I always suggest you to buy the dual tip, because now I'm using the chisel tip, which makes my job way easier, right? But if you have a regular marker, you will just take a little longer and you will color with the regular tip. I truly, truly love this delicate green with this pink, violet, and oranges color. I'm going to outline the heart. If you do not like to see the pattern that the markers leave, you can go over in a different directions. And if you have a very good resistant mix and media paper, it should not be a problem. If you're using a regular white paper, just be careful, because sometimes even alcohol markers can actually break the paper. So once again, think about what is the material that you're using, what do you have available, what is the, your goal, your vision, and change everything that you need to change in the practice according to what are your needs and personal choices and materials that you're playing with. I'm going over on a different direction just to smooth the patterns down, but I'm not being particularly precise, or I'm just going very quickly over the background. Now this is a moment of patience and endurance. We're going to use our fine tip Sharpie or any brand that you have available. We're going to kind of connect this heart using a very rounded type of line, very soft. The more the better, the closest the better. Okay, you can start from any point, and I'm going to little by little create the starting point of this design. Now we won't know what the design will look like because we need to kind of let the design speak to us, right? The direction that we're going to take with our lines, there is not a rule, there is not a right or wrong. Feel free to explore, to experiment, and let the space and the design speak to you. Sorry, I was checking. These lines do not have to be perfect. On the contrary, just try your best to make them nice and curved and as close as possible to each other. Don't overthink it. Don't feel that you have to copy exactly what I'm doing. And follow your instinct and make sure that it's kind of spontaneous. Of course, you can move the paper around as much as, as many times as you need to. And probably at one point I will. The design will naturally give you this more like this darker area, which will make the design truly beautiful and will give a lot of movement that you will see at the end. This is a fantastic exercise for fine motor skills, coordination, eyes, and truly muscle exercise of our hands. If you need to take breaks, take your break. Don't feel that you have to do it as fast as I'm doing it or all at once. If you need to go slower, go slower. And an advice that I can give to beginner at the beginning, like and young students, as I see happening with my students in school all the time, we have the tendency to press a little too hard because we feel that if we press, we are more in control. But actually, if you try your best to release some pressure, you will notice that you can move your hands way better and with less struggle. And also remember, don't feel intimidated, don't feel that you cannot make a mistake. If a mistake happens, first, it won't probably alter anything for the final result. And second, remember that it's the practice and the process that counts, right? You're here trying something new, trying something fun, spending some time with yourself, in a beautiful, beneficial practice, something definitely positive that add quality to your life, and that is already something important. Actually, is the most important things, and I will never be tired of stressing this concept here in my YouTube channel as well as in other platforms and at school. Remember to breathe. If you feel that your mind is a little distracted and is going like, in other places, try gently to refocus on the repetition of these lines, which make the practice so very intentional and even more beneficial, because we're going to clean our mind for as long as we are engaged with this activity. Oh, beautiful. It's voluptuous. Moves. Every time that I do a pattern like this one, I'm always amazed about the fact that simple, truly simple marks and lines that we can use on a paper will create such a beautiful, uh, interesting, and rhythmic pattern, and change that space on the paper forever. And also the fact that at one point the lines will kind of decide the pattern for us and with us, because they will gently, force us to fill the space with specific lines and in a specific direction. That is also very therapeutic, because you're going to somehow release this control that sometimes we want to feel and have over everything, and you just go with the flow, and that is a really humble lesson. Let's bring it, break that. Remember that the more you curve the lines and the closer the line are, the more movement and optical illusion you will have at the end. So if this is your first attempt and your piece doesn't look like mine or doesn't look like much movement at the end, it is okay. It's a process and you know what you need to focus on and you need to exercise a little more on the proficiency of lines. I'm going to twist it for me. And I don't know you, but I love hearts. I love them. After circles, probably one of my favorite shapes to play with and to use. Remind me, I don't know, some of the design that were very popular in the 80s and in the 90s. They remind me my school, well, in Italy we call it diary, where you basically is a planner, but I can tell you that there was everything except homework, very, very little. I still have a few pages left and saved from my high school diary, and it's full of art and yeah, so cool. Collage with tickets from concert, etc. So I think that I can consider that my first art journal. But journaling has been always a big part of my life experience, and I write a lot. And then I have journals that I use for patterns, therapeutic art practices, watercolors, and drawing. Long lives the journals. Mostly now that everything is online and is digital and we have so much technology and so many convenient technological apps, etc., I feel that we should go back to pen and paper, colors and paper, pencil and paper, whatever with paper. Getting closer to the end. If you feel that you need to rest, rest. If you can handle and stay with the practice, it's always better. I know that you might feel a little frustration, say, oh my goodness, how many more lines? But that is also part of the therapeutic approach, right, of this type of art practices. we are at the final stretch. I hope that your hands hurt, that you proved your patience and endurance. I hope that you feel satisfied with this design, that you feel that the exercise of your hands and fine motor skills was good. And if you happen not to like the design, remember that the process and the practice is what counts, and you got to spend 20 something minutes together and also with yourself, which is a great joy and duty that we have toward ourselves. This is the design, all done, beautiful and moving. I truly love it, and I see you very soon with another. Ciao!